Well, victory in the rerun will be determined by whoever garners more than 50% of the votes, a new threshold that was welcomed by the Public Affairs Committee, an influential quasi-religious civic group. Reports coming out of Malawi suggest that incumbent Peter Mutharika is neck and neck with opposition frontrunner Lazarus Chakwera, who lost the election by 159,000 votes in 2019. The polls have closed and vote counting is still underway. Priscilla Mwasinga is the chairperson of the Malawi Diaspora Representatives in South Africa. She joins us now via Skype for the latest on the elections in Malawi. Thanks so much indeed for joining us and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
So many Malawians will be watching, not just inside Malawi, but around the world in the diaspora. What happens today, given that the last election was annulled? How are you feeling going into today's polls and what you've heard has happened during the course of the day?
We're feeling relieved. You know, it's been a long haul. The other elections, we had them May 20, and this is June 23. It's just over a year. So we're feeling excited and relieved that we've reached this point. And so far, we've heard that everything is going well. There's big turnout. I think it was over 6 million people who registered. The turnout was good, and that voting is going on very well.
And that turnout's quite remarkable, given that it's not a public holiday. People still have to go to work, so they were making time. That's how seriously they've taken this vote.
It is remarkable. Also, when you think of the situation with the COVID pandemic, but I think people have just put their hearts, you know, out there and they've said, you know, let's get this election done.
So they're suggesting, exit polls are saying that this race is neck and neck. If we look at the results of the last election, it shouldn't be if that's the case. What do you make of that?
I would think that it's a little bit too early to, you know, to like weigh in on the results which people are saying are neck and neck. But I think we should give it just a little bit more time to get, you know, really like a good indication of where, you know, the election is. But I know that the campaigns were very competitive. You know, when we look at the campaigns on both sides, it was very competitive. So we're still yet to hear, you know, really where the point is in terms of results.
Is it a concern for you that election observers from outside the country, because of COVID-19 and logistics, couldn't be there? Do you think a free and fair election can be delivered without international observers?
Not so much to say a worry. It would have been nice, yes, if they had been there. But we know of this, you know, in the COVID environment, it's really difficult to get international observers. But Malawi has shown, like if you have seen all this, since the announcement that we're going to have new elections, Malawi has shown that it's capable of holding a very genuine, a very believable, you know, election. And we've got a new MEC commissioner, Justice Chifundo Kachali. He's a very sober-minded professional judge. And he seems to have, in 2 weeks' time since he was appointed, he seems to have shown great leadership and great ability to manage the elections. So without the observers, I think we'll deliver a very good election in Malawi.
Are you worried that if results don't go a certain way that we might see some unrest akin to the ones that we saw after the last election?
Well, definitely we're hoping that there are no such things, you know, to happen this time. And people are tired. People just want to, everybody's saying, let's get this election done, let's get results, and let's move on. Because we've been through really a harrowing, long haul, and people are just looking forward to this election being wrapped up and then moving on. Let's look at developmental issues going forward. So we're really hoping that we don't have any, unrest and anything like that.
The ruling party has made some statements saying that they're concerned that there was some harassment of some of its party agents. I don't know, is this a sign of worry that this election might be closer than they hoped and wished, or is this perhaps setting up for a dispute if one is required?
I'm not sure what from them. I cannot say, from them. But from my point of view, I think, yes, the race is very close. And of course, a winner, yes, will be declared. But, you do have some sporadic incidents here and there. But as whether to say that these incidents are so big and, to warrant maybe, taking it further, like taking steps of disputing the elections, I wouldn't go as far as that.
So what are you hoping that these elections will deliver? One gets a sense that after the historic annulment of the last election, that there's a different sense in Malawi about democracy, how it needs to be done, and what's possible.
Yes, there is actually. And even the new MEC commissioner has shown that he's very transparent. He's had several press briefings, which are very transparent, very clear. And it's like everybody knows that they have to do the right thing. And even the citizens themselves, they're very vigilant. I know that the different political parties taking part in the elections, they're even telling people, at the grassroots, the local people to say, be vigilant. We don't want anything to, mishaps or anything that maybe they're not being handled properly. So it seems like everybody is of that mind, and we're hoping that whatever has been put in place to make sure that we have a free and fair election this time around, that it does, do the work.
What is the new Malawi, whoever wins, needs to deliver to satisfy the people of the country? What are the expectations that the average Malawian has?
Hey, there is a lot. A lot of the campaign issues were basic economics, food on the table. Malawi, there were campaign promises of saying 3 meals a day. So it's basically people are saying we just need development in terms of access to economic opportunities. We want to have, enough food. We want to have access to education. We want to have access to good health and all those basic, developmental issues. So the new government, whoever is in, who's there, they'll have to look at such issues and really deliver, because people are tired and people have shown that they need a change. It's like, they're tired of living in poverty from hand to mouth. They just need something different. It's like a change. So everybody's like wanting to wake up to a new dawn, to a change, to comfort. Whether it's a dream or whether it will be realized, we have yet to see.
All right, so with the many, many Malawians in the diaspora across the continent, other parts of the world, is there a sense that if things change, that perhaps they might want to go back home?
Hello, I've lost you.
I was just saying that there are so many Malawians in the diaspora.
I've lost you. Can you come back?
All right, can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. I was just saying, perhaps as we wrap up, there are many Malawians living in the diaspora across the continent and other parts of the world. I just wonder if they do get a sense that a change has come, might they be persuaded to try and come back home?
A lot of people have whom I've talked to are saying they're testing the waters, but a lot of people are saying they'd like to go back home and, contribute to the development in the country. So we're waiting for that. And, the whole process of voting, elections, again, with our judiciary system, our legislature, it's shown that Malawi is very mature. It's a mature democracy. And it's a beacon in Africa, really. It has shown that. So I think people who even in the diaspora who were thinking otherwise about Malawi, I think that their thinking has changed now.
All right, okay, we're going to have to leave it there. The counting will carry on, and let's see what the voters have decided. But to you, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us this evening. Zikomo Kwambiri, and good luck with whoever your candidate is.
Zikomo Kwambiri bambo tathokoza zikomo.
Thank you.